Hey everyone, this is Louis7 and I am streaming the Lord of the Rings online here. I will be doing Dar Narbugud, so we're going back to Anor in the Legendary server for that on my Warden. Going to be doing it with my kin. I think they've done it a few times now and I'm a little bit behind with that, so I still have not run it at all. I think I have been inside it but have not run it or killed anything or killed any bosses with that, and if I did do any of that, which I don't think I did, it would have been at like really high level just going back and running it. But yeah, I'll be going through that for the first time, kind of like a lot of these things, so I'm pretty excited for that. I believe we are scheduled to go in like 3 minutes or so, so I actually did get started on time a little bit early. And I think we had a lot of people signed up, myself included, probably as a DPS. I don't know if this thing ever needs second tanks, but I might be okay to do that actually. I have some tanking gear. My morale isn't that high, which would be one of the bigger concerns, and some of my jewelry and other pieces could be a little bit more tanky. Definitely. But yeah, that's I guess what's going on with my gear. I do have, again, some more tanky pieces I could equip if I needed to. But yeah, I guess that's the intro. Again, going back from Vales of Anduin, which is fun questing so far. But excited to get back on this server. I haven't looked too much at my character's virtues. I think I got this character set up for DPS spec, the red line. So a lot of her virtues, I have like a few at 0. One of the ones I'm actually earning is at 0 because I want that one Valor. And then I have Determination and Zeal both have like physical mastery as their secondary. And then I believe, yeah, both have critical rating as well. So those ones are okay because of the physical mastery. I don't care too much about the main stat. And then I have charity just because that is always the high rank one, at least was in the previous system, because you got so many deeds for it. So I have that one just because, you know, get a lot of resistance and just a lot more benefit out of it. I even have a level 2 on equipped because all the other high level ones I have available. I do have tolerance equipped as well, but moving from that, all the other high level ones I do have available aren't that great. Empathy is not horrible overall, but there's no too much point in me equipping it because I do not need physical mitigation at all. I need tactical mitigation, and physical mitigation I'm overcapped. So yeah, just looking, Honor seems like the best option, unfortunately, even though it is only level 2. I thought about Idealism because the fate on that could give me some benefit, but wouldn't really do all that much. Hey Thunderchild 82, what class would I pick if I just wanted to do storybooks and deeds and maybe some group stuff? Any class for that works. If you want to do all that pretty quickly, I would choose like a high DPS class. You could go with the Beorning, I'm actually making a video about that class and why I don't play it, so that was a bad recommendation, but it just came off the top of my head that it is a good class for something like that. But the Hunter, for something like high DPS, if you want to solo some tougher stuff, which you might not really need to do, some deeds might be more difficult, but if you don't mind grouping for that, I just know a lot of people that just play for story go solo, but typically if they care, like just want to solo, they won't care too much about doing like group content solo. But some people are like that. You might want to choose a class that is not Hunter. Like Captain can be good at that, so can Warden, the class I'm on right now, which probably wouldn't be good for a beginner if that is what you are. And then Runekeeper is also good. It's similar to Hunter in high DPS, but you can also heal on it, so if you want to do that in group content, that would be good. Guardian can be good because their landscape DPS is decent now. And they can also tank. So you can switch to tank spec if you're like running into some trouble soloing and going through the story quests and deeds. What other classes are there? Champion's another good melee one. I personally don't like it. I would prefer Guardian even. And Captain, I did mention that one, but that one's actually a really slow class. It can just be good for soloing some of the tougher stuff if you ever run into that. And Lore Master is probably, they're not a bad class. They just can be a little bit tricky to get into for your first class because they're a bit squishy and a caster. Looks like we have some quests here. I actually didn't get this quest earlier, maybe because I wasn't level 60 yet. So we have to hunt protected deer. I get decreased reputation with the people here. I don't think I really need to do that quest. That's kind of weird. I think I kind of remember a quest like that, but just because I don't really care about decreasing my reputation or not decreasing the rewards, but the rewards aren't that great, so I don't care too much about that. Hey, Sayaniam, Dar Narbugud is a Lothlorien raid. I'm pretty sure it was released with Lothlorien, even though I'm pretty sure it is actually inside Moria. But totally pulled up the wrong panel for that. But Dar Narbugud, here we are getting in there. Where is it? Should be, yeah, in Lothlorien here. It is just a 12-man raid. It only has one tier and is locked at level 58 like all the other Moria raids. But I have heard it's actually a little bit difficult since they did the rebalancing. So I'm just kind of here in Lothlorien. I'm exploring a little bit while I'm on this side of Moria, the good side. Ooh, some people, according to the map, they're in Mirkwood. That's kind of weird. Like, literally on this map, they're in like Dol Guldur area. I assume it's just out of sync. They're probably actually in Lothlorien. Yeah, that guy's really close to Mirkwood. This is actually Vales of Anduin. This zone is really close to that with Duskin Vales, and we're right on the Anduin here, the Anduin River. So I am a little bit close to where I was with the new zone, at least on the Arkan zone, the non-legendary server. But yeah, I just wanted to walk around Lothlorien for a little bit. I think there are some quests I wanted to kind of do. I might do them on another character because this one is level 60. But I think some of these quests I can get from these guys. I just want to make sure that these are the quests I'm thinking of. So I probably will be canceling them and not doing them. Yeah, these are the quests inside the Orc area, which I'm pretty sure is an Orc area. Oh, we got all these people in quick. And I have time to do hardly anything. I hope I didn't need to pick up anything for this. Do have potions. I have some old food. I should probably join the Discord. So for anybody unfamiliar with the way I do the audio, which you all probably can't hear in-game audio, I had that panel up but never actually switched it. So for anybody unfamiliar, I am in my Ken's Discord channel, but I have it where you all hear in-game audio and I cannot hear in-game audio. So I can listen to them. And then if you see me pressing Z like that, where that red icon goes, you can know I'm talking to the people in the Discord. But yeah, so far that's still the best way to get it working. Is there anything I should pick up before we get going? Okay, yeah, I definitely don't have any quests for this. Okay, sounds like there might be quests. Yeah, I don't need to get the quest, so I don't mind waiting on that. I was also wondering just like food or scrolls or anything like that. I don't think I have anything like that. Okay, there are a lot of things in the kin house. Okay, I'll probably take a stack of the food here. That'll be helpful. Actually, I have... Okay, yeah, that is a little bit better than the food I have. But I think I can donate some of this old food. Maybe somebody else could get a better use out of it than me. Like the agility one, maybe somebody else will want that. But I'd rather have the vitality one, and they keep bugging people to actually take stuff out of this, I think. I don't know necessarily this, but just running through like with the kin chest here. That's actually a nice medium armor piece. I don't need it. Oh, they have essence armor in here? Wow. I was seeing if there's anything I can put in. I actually have a Warden's Javelin of the Second Age I wouldn't mind too much putting in, but Mithril... One's 59. There we go. I contributed a little bit. What are the beef stews? Okay. What are these ones? Oh, these are 1 through 59 consumables. There's somebody in our kin that goes through and organizes this like our banker, so that's really nice. I don't visit it too much, not really all that much for me to take from it besides food. I know they mention, since the last time I visited, some people put like those scrolls and food in. Don't know why I'm not mounting. I'm having some scary lag because... Well, I don't know why I'm having scary lag, but it's scary because I am streaming, and that always worries me that I'll like be dropping frames all the time. I think I wanted to go ahead while I was here, get one of their universal ingredient pack things. Where is that? Okay, I have to leave and then go to somewhere where I can actually travel into the instance. It's kind of weird that you can't travel into instances while in player housing. That does not make too much sense to me. I'm not sure why it's that way, but it is that way. I have some quests to turn in here. That's kind of random. Oh, Lothorian preparations. I think somebody shared those with me. I don't know how I did them though. It might have been like an instance or something like that. But whatever, I got some rewards for it. I didn't even know I had those to turn in. Oh yeah, I sent a lot of stuff from my Runekeeper to this character. But it's like a lot of junk item type stuff. So this is Dar Narbugud, and I believe, unfortunately we cannot right click and... Oh, actually it did somewhere in Moria, but this is in Foundations of Stone, right here, where it says to Dar Narbugud here, and yeah, that's where it is. I think there's a campsite, he said, with some quests. I could actually try to go there. I might see, real quick. Should be a quick way for me to get there if I'm muster in 21st Hall and can swift travel. But yeah, I'll try to pick up the quest and go there. So I was recording a video on the Bjorning, which I will probably upload Sunday if I get it edited. Which shouldn't be a big deal to edit. Can do that sometime in the morning. Oh, where do I need to go? Shadowed Refuge. Were you all starting, or was it still going to be a couple minutes? Because actually I was going to try to pick up the quest if I had time. Okay, I gotta try to get the quest. Oh no, don't want to go there. I gotta try to get the quest, but I also gotta find my way down with this zone. I think I want to go this way. I think I went the other way and had some issues because there was a fall there, and I think it actually killed me even though it didn't look like it would. That's kind of why I remember it. Oop. Hope I'm going the right way. I've never actually gone this way. I've always gone around the other way, I think. So this is exciting. Trying to get there. Naga. I feel like there will be a lot of these mobs. A lot of these gross mobs. I don't even know, what are those guys? The Glob's Naga Warrior. They feel like, they feel like they're like a half orc, half plant type thing. I don't really know if there's a better way for me to say that. Okay, so I think I can go this way. Do I need to go up and around? You know, I think last time I was here I did see that I need to go up and around. Okay, we'll try to do that quickly. I thought I could just go over there, but probably that's why I always go all the way around. It's like a big circle zone, I think, as far as I remember. I was just here doing my class quest, is why I kind of got refamiliarized with it in the first place even. Yeah, I'm still working on gear with this character. I'm not too worried about gearing like on the legendary servers in general. Might a little bit with Mirkwood, that could be a bit fun, but with this I've like gotten decent gear. It hasn't been too hard, and that's one thing I really like about these servers. Now, one issue I guess with that, as far as like gearing and difficulty with the legendary servers, is there could be more tiers, basically, like more difficult content, which would probably just be in the form of increased tiers, since it's all the same content right now that it used to be. But if they introduce something like that, just to actually have a reason to really grind for the better gear, besides increased run speed, basically, not actual character run speed, but increased speed in your instances, decreased time in the instances rather, would be a better way to put that. But there's just some reason other than that. Oh, I'm not used to the low numbers on the sword, and I was really concerned when I was doing like 2k damage, when I was doing like 30k on Arkenstone. But what was I going on about? Yeah, the gearing. As far as the legendary servers, that's kind of how I feel about it, and you can get nice like starter gear for everything. I've done basically not many instance runs. I have done the Moria instances like 2 times now, so basically 1 extra time, but I was not worried about getting gear from that. I did get a couple pieces from the second set of them, which they run really quickly, so it's not even like too much farming or grinding for that. But kind of the point I was getting to was for the regular servers with like update 24, update 23, and some of the previous updates, is there really isn't much of like starter gear like this. Like if I just got to the level 120 cap, like I just got to level 60 cap and ran some instances, I would not have gear nearly this viable, and I still have some issues with my gear. Like I could still get better pieces with more. Morale is kind of my big problem right now, but I'll get like captain buffs and things like that, which will help with my morale, and if I was in tank spec, I'd of course have more morale. So it's not like the biggest concern as far as my gear here, especially if I compared it to the regular servers, which it'd be a lot worse on. Wait, what is this? It's legendary. Okay. I already have a...
We have little time to speak. Great events have been set in motion.
Okay, I think, yeah, I'm still going on it. So do you say down to the left? Okay. Yeah, just past Dark Delvings. I didn't even know that's where Dark Delvings was. Okay, yeah, I found some quests here.
Speak with me. The Galathrim will need your aid. The Lord and Lady have need of your services.
Do you all know if it's just 3 quests? Just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Okay then, I got everything. And just to be sure, I should be in DPS spec for this, right? Okay, sounds like I might be tanking later. I want to make sure my gear, I have everything situated as I want. So my physical mastery is 205 right now. I believe an in-combat buff from the captain might boost that, but I'm not sure if I should really rely on that. Oh, whoa. There's a boss to start this. So yeah, I think I have walked into this. I think. Hey, Lantris Ring, you decided to create a Guardian. That's a good class. Does race matter? It doesn't really matter too much. I honestly prefer elves, but I know a lot of people like hobbits. But yeah, it doesn't matter too much for that. One thing with elves that they would get is a sword damage bonus, so you do a little bit higher damage if you equip the sword. Hobbits might have something like that anyway, I'm not too sure. But yeah, the difference is mainly up to what you want, like the reason to choose a certain race. I did eat some food, so we're good on that. And I think a hope token, I do not have a hope buff. I don't think I was here when they did that, or they just haven't done it yet, but that would also increase my morale. I feel like something like virtues would actually really help my morale if I had those any somewhat high level. I don't know the exact numbers, but I just feel like I could probably get 1,000 or even more morale from those if I had my virtues up, which would be pretty impactful to this character at this point at least. Also, my first stage item could have a little bit better stuff on that. I think I actually have all my relics settled, so not too much I could get from that end of it. Mainly be legacies, which the legacies are just really bad right now. The only thing I would get is actually vitality, so that would help a little bit with morale, but it's not too much even with that. The main stat ones are really bad, but all the other horde and legacies aren't really good for what I want to do, but there are some things that would be more useful than just a few might and agility, especially being at the mastery caps. At the physical mastery cap, I don't have to worry too much about that. So these are some more globs naga. These look like trolls. I was gonna say they don't quite look like the orcs we saw earlier. It's kind of fun having two mobs with the warden because then you can just use battle memory and kind of get 2 hits out of your AoEs while also the battle memory gamuts, and particularly goad hits multiple enemies. At the same time, you'll have enough time, I think, to get some of your strong AoE dots going. Not really a long fight where you can really get into that here, but it's kind of fun. I think a lot of that stuff can be fun on some classes that have any sort of dots because you can put like main dots on 2 different mobs at once. The Baroning would be one of those with Bash. What did I get? I got a piece of gear. It's a yellow random drop, not that great. Wonder back in the day how useful that would have ever been. If anybody would have ever actually been like level 60 and used something like that. I don't know like how available gear, especially strong gear nowadays, was. Yeah, I'm trying to look for that Middle Earth name buff to come up. I'm not seeing it. I think that's what it's called, but I'm not seeing it from the captain. I see my plus 6% damage. Yeah, one of the captains did inspire on me. I guess I'm a Blade Brother right now. Oh, there's a defensive Middle Earth. That's not one. Oh, I need to equip my virtues real quick on this spec. That's not good. I think I just want tactical mitigation. It'll be pretty quick. Oh, my virtues are just real bad. Okay, I guess I'll get the physical mastery ones. Don't have much else I want. We'll keep earning valor. Guess honor. Okay, we got the guy with the shield on his head. Wrong. I not have my food buff? Oh, I do have it. Yeah, up to 15k morale. I don't know how great that is in this raid, but that's what I got. I really hate equipping something like this, but it is better for tank spec. Same with this one. Okay, I am ready. Actually, I forgot I had some tanking gear now, so switched into it. I don't think I have cap tactical mitigation, even though it is like exactly 50%. I think that's just a coincidence because it looks like 58%. I know I should have like 55% should be my base cap anyway. Okay, so you went with Elf for your Guardian, that's good. I might have seen that message like really late. Okay. Looks like we are ready to go. My first boss fight in this raid is tanking. It's been a long time since I've tanked anything like that, and I just don't know with my gear how this will be. Sounds like a door shut. Okay, make sure I get my force taunt in, get some quick aggro, and well, apparently I pulled aggro on the other guy somehow. And now I'm having trouble getting aggro back on this guy. Great, my taunt. Hopefully I didn't hit both of those. I think I might have. No, I think I just hit this one. But yeah, I already used my force taunt to start the fight, and now he's not really cooperating. But I guess this is going okay. Yeah, that's the problem with like trying to start off with defensive things. It seems like it's really weird damaging the other one. It's just like super weird, but yeah, I can't really get aggro doing offensive stuff. I assume threat goes based on the one I'm attacking and not the one I'm dealing damage to. Like the amount of threat he's basically absorbing from the damage just goes to him. Because it's kind of scary with the Warden only having 2 force taunts and one of them being an AoE. Yeah, this is going, I'm not dying or anything. I'm not taking too much damage. Is an acid pull. I did lose my in-combat power regen jewelry piece, which I guess was a little bit of a concern, but I do have Dark Before Dawn, so it's not the biggest issue. We'll go ahead and, oh no. Okay, I gotta force taunt him real quick. I think I stopped doing enough damage to him. I don't know if Jimmy force taunted there or anything, but I might have just stopped doing enough damage. Make sure I get my dots back. I don't know. Oh yeah, I was using Dark Before Dawn to try and restore some power. No, we can do that again, just gotta... Oh man, we're not doing enough damage in my group. I guess we only have 5 people and they probably have higher DPS. Vulcan. Their group having... I don't know, a burglar don't think would be too bad in our group, but they just have more people overall and probably... Why did I do Onslaught? I don't know why I didn't do Dark Before Dawn. I just missed the gambit there. Hey Judah. Okay, I need to get back on track with my gambits here. The damaging ones, yeah. I'm gonna use Mighty Blow and Enduring Strike. I think I just used Desolation, but we'll use it again. Oh, so we were actually ahead, it sounds like. Our group was doing more damage than the others, so then they swapped. So now they're killing the other one to damage the one I'm attacking, because I forgot we're dealing damage to the one. We're dealing damage to the one that's, oh no, somebody got one-shotted. But because we're damaging the boss we are not attacking, we were actually ahead when our horse was not dying as fast. Because we were dealing damage to the other one. I don't know, it's kind of hard to compare because they have a yellow line lore master in their group. We don't really have like two groups of the exact same composition to compare our damage though, indirectly. But they're all attacking the other boss, but that means they're damaging the boss I am on. Ooh. I guess that was safe. I thought they needed to die around the same time, but... But I think we can damage him now. It's kind of nice there's a poison cloud apparently in the green. But on the ground it actually shows the red box to know where it goes, because it could look like right now I'm in the poison cloud, but I'm not. But once I go here I'm taking damage. Well, that was a successful first boss fight, especially as tank. So there's a chest, and I don't know what the gear is like in this at all. What are the elf stones, like the greater elf stone here? Okay, so I assume I should roll on that. Oh, I got the starlight crystal. That's exciting. I actually want to use the starlight crystal to see how much that affects it. 115. Okay, I'm going to actually use the starlight crystal, so I'll need 1 second to redo my legacies. Oh, I already did it. Okay, yeah, that increased the DPS, I'm pretty sure. I forgot to, I need to actually watch my stream real quick when I hover over it. Accidentally didn't see exactly what my DPS was before. I know I meant to look, and I know I have it at least somewhere. But I want to see the exact increase, so I'm left with 5 of it. Okay. Should I go back to DPS spec? Okay, so I am back to DPS spec. Okay, so I'm trying to watch back at my stream to see what my weapon DPS was before I mistakenly applied the starlight crystal too early. I think we're just waiting here. Oh, there it is. Now I gotta change the quality, so it'll just take me a minute. So the DPS was 115.7, I increased it to 118.5. So it's a little bit of an increase, but with that low numbers, the percent increase isn't too bad. It's like not quite 3%, I don't think. A little bit over 2%, but it's still decent. That's something I honestly wouldn't mind too much just selling on the auction hall, but I feel really bad doing that, winning it from a chest compared to when people would use it anyway. But just like for my personal preference, if I randomly looted one, and actually on the legendary servers at this point I don't have too much use for gold, so I'd probably use it anyway. But just kind of in general, because it's not too impactful for what I do. Having gold can be nice, but end up, oh no. I think I crashed. Yes, I did. Okay, so I crashed. It'll take me a minute to actually log back in because it always says my password is wrong. We all crashed, it sounds like, at the exact same spot, which is kind of weird. Or maybe like half the group. We'll see how many people. Yeah, I was still on 64-bit. Yeah, I was kind of curious how raiding would affect it because I've heard some people have issues when they get like with a lot of people around them, and that's the only other times I crashed was when it was crowded area. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I think some people in the kin had the same issue as well, but yeah, that's what I've heard just with group content. So to get back to chat, how long did it take me to get used to the gambit system? I don't know. Because when I first started the Warden, I think I used a lot of bad gambits, even though I was like used to the gambit system. So it didn't take too long, maybe to like level 30 or something, I don't know. Just spitballing a random number. But back then it was kind of a steady increase. The gambits made a lot more sense, the progression. So now the way you get gambits, you get a lot of like 5 gambit icon skills early on even, compared to how it used to be. You'd get like all your 2 gambit skills, then your 3 gambit skills, then your 4 gambit, then your 5 gambit. It was like perfectly in order. So that, like, when I first started playing Warden, I got used to it probably quicker because of that, but the way it is now, you actually are more viable at low levels because of the way. It just might take a little bit more to get used to. But yeah, I just think in general, consistent playing will help a lot. Don't want Homnan again? Okay, I will do that. Fortunately, to turn in the quest, all I have to do is leave instance, and I can just like walk back in and join them. But yeah, I'm glad I got that Starlight Crystal. I know a few Starlight Crystals have dropped when we run stuff.
What brings you to Lothorian? Tarry a moment and speak with me.
Sounds like the tank here, his client, when he switched to 32-bit, crashed again. That's why I'm not too sure how much 64-bit alone is to blame for some of the people's crashes, because of the 32-bit client crashes as well. It could be just similar and not really fixing whatever issues some people are having with that. And for me, it just seems to always be like specific things. As I mentioned, the other two, I was doing 2 specific things. And this one, which was my first one in a while, thought that was a mob for a minute. It just looked like a mob, but it was a lore master pet. If you all want to. There we go. I didn't see him jumping around. Oh, here's a random strange blue mushroom. Let's click this. I don't know. Oh, that's a deed. Oh, there's a guy here. Looks like there's still some people up, so I'll wait. Yeah. So I think some people are AFK. I was ready to tank this trash fight. He said we could go ahead and go about it while waiting. But so far this raid is good because we had a boss fight and not too much with a trash fight so far. If y'all watch my streams often, my raid streams in particular, you probably know trash fights can really annoy me if they get going on real long. Okay, so everyone's here. So good time to go real quick before Jimmy gets here. I gotta try to tank something while I can. I am just curious. I'm not like doing that just specifically because he's not quite here yet, but I am again curious. I just wanted to pull real quick before you got here. I was just actually curious how I could handle tanking this because I haven't done too much in-game content at all on this character with Moria. Yeah, I don't mind just trying on the trash fights. Because I honestly thought I'd be really squishy, but so far surviving okay. But yeah, I'm surviving. I thought I'd be really squishy with like my mitigations, but my tactical mitigation is up and all that stuff is looking good. My virtues again could be up and I could have more morale, but I'm at like 16 point, almost 3k. So that's definitely not bad. And I could... Oops, didn't mean to link the sturdy ring. I'm gonna get caught way behind. That's kind of odd, I looted a level 62 bracelet. Yeah, new deed. Oh, Nameless Slayer. Got a lot of mobs here. Yeah, I did not see that thing. I did not see the funeral. I really like their funerals and some of the old content with this game. We have Dar Narbugud and the Rift. I guess those are my only two examples, but it just seems like a lot. Oh, there are 3 different rooms. I was going to ask what the room. So, are they? Do these all have different bosses? Okay. So it sounds like there are 3 bosses in these 3 rooms, and then there's a funeral. Oh, back here. He said back here. I assumed it was like back with the group. He meant up here, as in back here. Oh yeah, I didn't realize that Dylan was playing his champion either. I noticed we had 2 champs, but I think I crashed again. I'm probably going to switch to the 32-bit, see if that helps. I'm curious though if it's related to DirectX 11. Here we go. Yeah, I crashed again. And I switched to the 32-bit, but I'm curious if it's related to DirectX 11 or if it is just the 64-bit. Because I always had the issue with DirectX 11 even on 32-bit. Okay, so we're going back to 32-bit because I don't want to keep crashing in the middle of this. But yeah, I might try DirectX 9 and you know, I don't even know. I did switch to, yeah, I did switch to 32-bit. Let me make sure it loaded that. Yep. You all, okay. Sometimes when I switch between 32 and 64-bit, I have to change settings in OBS a little bit, but it looks like it's still okay. But yeah, I see why people have been complaining a little bit about the 64-bit client now. I think they are right here. Shenanigans. Let's just filter that. That looks like a giant. Yeah, that is a giant funeral. Looks like a funeral boss type thing. Oh, there's a lot of mobs. Oh. Oh, okay. Is that like a... Okay. Is that okay that I did that? Okay. Okay, so this is like a boss fight. Okay, mini boss. Yeah, okay, I just saw the theme roll and ran to it like the other ones. I thought it looked like a boss theme roll, apparently it is. He said it's okay. I think there's some ads. I think I'm losing some of them. Oh no. Oh, I'm stunned. That's actually really bad right now. I don't know if Jimmy's in tank spec. That's why I guess being unfamiliar with an instance can be a pretty big disadvantage there. Because I thought I was going about the way the instance was, and then I saw, like, when I started running a little bit closer to him, I didn't quite realize how bad it was until I got too close. I was, oh no. Started taking a lot of damage there. I think they're saying the femoral, like other people are dying. But that just starts doing more damage, it sounds like. Gas chamber tier 3. Good thing my acid resistance, not acid resistance, my resistance is 30.8%. But my tactical mitigation, which would include acid, is relatively high, and I have bonus acid mitigation from something. Don't remember what. So as far as like the 32-bit client versus 64-bit client, I probably won't notice any differences in a raid like this, so like no issues there with switching to me. It's just I'd rather run on the better one, but if that's gonna make me crash. Okay, I don't think we got any chests for that one, did we? Nope, just some people. A lot of people playing their alts from what they used to play. I think we had a ton of minstrels before, and we still have a lot, but we have 2 people on champion alts, I know. I don't know what tube, I forget what his other character was, but Burglar might be considered his main now anyway. A lot of other people playing their same ones. I'm playing kind of my same one. I actually started with Lore Master, but as far as Moria goes, definitely still okay, so I see the boss behind. I really like starting a fight like that, but I think there might have been too many mobs. I just hope I didn't miss a mob. I'm also trying to see if Exaltation of Battle is really worth using, and I think it's worth putting 1 tick on, like I am. And not really spamming it too much, but maybe make sure I'm keeping it up and having it just as a lower priority as other things, but I think just having it in general would be a little bit beneficial. But compared to like the heal from Conviction, it's not much worse, so as far as raw healing, it's not like a big problem that I use that versus something like Conviction, but Conviction and Dance of War, I'd use both of those for the buffs. Okay, so now we're on the boss fight. I do not. This is my first time in this raid. Sounds like a busy boss fight, so I gotta take a minute to listen. Worms appear. They appear in the middle of the room, and then they appear in the corners. So one of the champions apparently just stands in the middle and AoEs the worms. And I guess range DPS going on the worms on the second half. Getting kind of tired here. It's only 8:46 too. Okay, somehow we didn't pull him doing that. Unfortunately, screenshots in a cave like that and often in raids don't really turn out that great. Yeah, it sounds like the second half of the fight is going to be the tough part. He goes berserk. What's this? Dr. Growly. That's a good War Master Bear name. Oh yeah, I should eat some food, get my morale up. Am I still supposed to be in tank spec? Or... okay. Just making sure you weren't planning on just solo tanking or anything. Are you also going to be in tank or DPS? Alright. Okay, so it sounds like Guardians and Yellow Line, and I'll do main tanking. Okay, I gotta take him to a corner. Okay. Oops, we gotta do the ready check. Was about to ask if I'm ready to pull. Hey, Jelly, PvP. Okay, now we are good to pull. Oop, gotta go up to him. Always gotta do his talky thing. Oh no, I totally missed that. That was this corner, right? Okay. Oh no, he defeated somebody already. Okay, I want to get a little bit of damage in just to be sure I get aggro. I want to be safe with that. And then I can switch to go ahead and doing some healing. What do I have? I have... okay, do some damage. Oh no, one of the champions died. The worms just kill. Yeah, the colors just killed the champions. Okay, probably going to try to get Dark before Dawn going. Yikes. Probably took them a little bit too far. Apparently the AoE I can run away from. I didn't really see it going on, or for me to see too much. I have it in a really bad spot right now. I'm like deep in the corner. I don't like this. Okay, there we go. I just wanted to get in a better spot to actually tank him, so I need to focus on restoring power, and he is down for a minute. Oh no, I used Onslaught, my damn it, lag there. That's not good. Onslaught's not good, that's a bad miss there. It interrupts him, but nothing to interrupt. Okay, there we go. I feel a little bit more settled, but I want to get one more Dark Before Dawn rotating. Okay, this guy can actually back away from, so this will be good. Okay, I'll go ahead and clip Dark Before Dawn there, but I don't think I need to worry about that too much. I can use power potions. Then we have, still have aggro, he's just running away. Is it just me, or did he heal like 400k? Wow. I think this is a War Master debuff I'm standing in, actually. Oh, I think the burglar did like a fellowship maneuver. Somebody did one. Okay, what do we need? I always need Surety of Death. I'm not sure if the enemy dies. Spear of Virtue, maybe. It's not Spear of Virtue, something else. I'm gonna grab aggro back. I think Jimmy's focusing mainly on other stuff, so I can just grab aggro real quick. We're getting his morale down. I know there's a second part of the fight which sounded scary. Oh, now we're in the second half. So we're going to the middle. I think the worms crawlers now spawn on the corners. Yeah, I want to get a heal on myself just to get that going. I can go ahead and do some buffs. Get conviction going on my... We'll go ahead while we have crawlers going. Might as well use that cooldown. Got punted somewhere. So trying to get him back into the middle of the room. I can... Oh no. I think I actually need to back away from that wall. I think when he did the stun, everybody died from the crawlers. Okay, so we just gotta try to survive for long. I think not doing damage sounds like a good thing, actually. I don't know what the crawler is. Yeah, it sounds like people can retreat and come back, so that's pretty neat. Oh, I just unfortunately got exploded, though. I don't know what I got exploded from something. Fungal explosion. It actually was an explosion. It just looked, I saw something explosion-like. Yeah. I think that's what hit me the first time with the stun, like 8k damage there or whatever. I guess they're Therese. Did I need to run back? Okay, just saw everybody else retreated, so I'll stay here being lazy because they can res me. It gives me a minute to talk. Oh, we're getting somebody else, that'll help. That fight didn't seem too bad. We just kind of all got stunned and the worms came out and explosions killing everybody. If I had known that was going to happen at the time, I don't know if there's a way to avoid the stun if you can like run far away enough. I know I said I was running like right to him to get back to him when he did the stun. I don't know, there might have been an indicator I just missed. Also want to double check that I am in all my tank gear. I don't think tanking was too much of an issue there at all, but just to double check that I can't be using anything even better for my group. And don't see anything. I don't think that Matham Hunter's armor will have anything. So Jared, Warden is your main. You're level 55 and fairly noobish overall. You've only dabbled with Redline for its solo landscape. Content is blue better. So blue actually is not much slower overall. Redline will be a lot higher damage, especially around level 55. You'll start getting more damage. The main thing with Redline is the last set bonus. That one will help a little bit with the damage as well, especially single target. But just overall, Redline will do more damage and it will go faster, but especially with like level 50-ish content, you probably won't notice too much of a difference, so blue line should be fine because it's a lot sturdier. And even with the blue line, you could like safely pull more mobs, which can actually, in a way, make you go faster. Just because in Redline you'd have more downtime and it'd be harder because you'd be squishier and die quicker. But yeah, with the blue line you could more safely, at least not too much more, but in general more safely pull more mobs, so that is a consideration, I guess. Okay, so I'd like to get Never Surrender up whenever possible. So we got somebody new. They are a hunter. That should be good. And I'll have another cup of red tea to increase my morale, some Lothorian whey bread. So this boss was not too bad, especially the first half. The second half, like they made it sound, was tougher. I don't know necessarily like with the worms, again, with us getting stunned and that kind of issues there. But yeah, I have my potions. I could have used like my him there. I don't want to have been too much, but the fist gambit damage is nice for that, the 15-second buff on that. I think I have my virtues. We looked over that, they're pretty bad. Oh, I got something new. I'm not using a one-handed sword. 3 seconds done. 47 will. Wisdom, confidence, justice. I don't have that one equipped. That would be better than the sword since I'm not using that. So I'm going to equip that real quick. But we have something important that Jared did a $20 super chat. So thank you very much for that. Hopefully I can talk about it a bit before we get going. But I really do appreciate that. Actually, it says it on the screen, so that's nice. But you said love your content. You're one of the reasons you started playing LOTRO and you haven't looked back. So that's good. LOTRO is a pretty fun game for me. So glad I was able to help you with that, get started on that. And again, thank you for that. I really do appreciate it. So I think they're talking to the hunter right now. So it sounds like we have a little bit of a downtime here. Oh, there's my acid mitigation gear. Make sure I actually get in this room. But yeah, thanks again, Jared, for that. I really do appreciate it again. Trying to stay a little bit focused with this boss fight too, and what's going on, them talking about it. I want to look at the Mithril Hunter's armor, just make sure I'm not missing anything, because I have a ton of these if I can get something that's an upgrade. But I don't think even for a tank spec, yeah. No, you're definitely not distracting me right now. It was a fortunate time with the downtime, but there's a lot of downtime with the raids. I just gotta actually be able to listen with the Discord chat, especially with it being my first time in this raid. And I'm also a bit more concerned just because I'm tanking and haven't seen any of these fights at all before, and I just jumped straight into tanking, but that is a fun way to do this. Okay, now I actually know I won't totally mess that up. Okay, we'll just start off. I'm doing a lot better start this time. But we got that settled pretty quickly last time. I don't know how much of an effect that will have for the whole second phase of this fight. Somebody, I think Mello, I don't know why Mello got one shot both times here. It's kind of odd. He just seemed to like instantly dash to, I think, yeah, Minstrel, probably one of the healing Minstrels. They're probably both healing. I don't know. At one point we had so many Minstrels in our kind of like raid groups that we'd have some DPSing. So I think the Guardian is focusing on the worms. Last time we had the champions on that, and then we had to use a lot of in-combat reses on them. I know somebody froze. I think Too Good, he was on the 64-bit, and a lot of us were crashing on that, so he sounds like he just crashed with that. But there's AoE. Actually, noticing the AoE this time, I get like the first clip and then I can run away real quick. But last time I took a little bit scary damage. I didn't quite run away with that. Ooh, okay. I'm guessing that's the second phase. I thought that's what happened last time on the second phase, but I'm not sure. Maybe not. Okay. I don't remember him doing that last time though, the knockback until the second phase, but it doesn't look like we're at that. Hit somebody. Fortunately did not one-shot that Minstrel. That was pretty close though. I think it took like, she got down to like 3k. Oops. What do I need? Can do a heal. There's the AoE. I think I just avoided that AoE. Good enough. So he does those acid pulls, it looks like, in second half. So he's doing that induction type thing. Okay, he did not stun us that time, so I was actually far enough away. I think last time I ran into that. Oh no, I'm losing aggro here. I didn't realize I was losing aggro from earlier. Oh, looks like I just did a force taunt, I think, Jimmy. Wait. Am I not able to taunt him here? Or, there we go. Okay, yeah, I was getting worried for a minute. Okay, so I was using like all my force taunts and he just... But it looks like he randomly runs to people more often in this part. Like he ran to that Minstrel Millow and then Rossini later. Okay, let's... Oh no. I don't know if I could have avoided that. I didn't see him doing anything. I was paying more attention to my character. I do not have Never Surrender, so I should pop that real quick. If I already had the Never Surrender buff, I could have let it like actually tick. Didn't really need the Force Taunt there, but I get the debuff from that. Oh no, I should run away, shouldn't I? Looks like he's doing some scary thing, so run away seems the best option. Okay, let's get a couple bleeds on this guy. I think the healers are dead. We have like a captain who can do off-heal-ish stuff. Never Surrender just saved me, but that means I don't have it to fall back on now. I'm gonna do a lot of damage to him. I don't know how much doing defenses. How much doing like defensive buffs at this point. Like I can get a heal here, but we just really want to finish him. There we go. That was pretty tough. But this is better than Rift so far. Only our second try for that. I know a lot of people die. I'm excited for loot. I probably shouldn't roll if there's a Starlit Crystal. I probably won't roll on that again because I already got one. Give my other people here a chance to get that. I wouldn't mind getting a regular piece of gear though. But I don't know like with how many bosses there are, how many chances we all get at gear. So I just don't want to take something from anybody. I also have more acid mitigation from the set bonus that I didn't even realize I had. Like I had no idea I had the set bonus going. Line Wardens I don't have, but that'd be a great one. I actually feel like some of the self-heals from the Warden there were useful. Probably still some of the mitigation bonus that a Guardian would have as a tank would be better. But it seems like in general 2 tanks on that fight would be good. Should probably clean my inventory somehow. Don't know how is the thing. I guess I can send some rep items to Ligon. Have a ton of heritage urns. Those could go to Ligon as well and could help him with leveling his allies. Ligon is my runekeeper. If you all do not know, he is level 46-ish, 47-ish now, so I'll take him to Walls of Moria. So you're hopping back in game, you'll see me around. One quick question though, do you think if I wanted to focus strictly on DPS with Warden, I would be able to compete with the raid spots at higher levels? So yeah, Warden DPS is actually really good at high levels. If you're talking particularly about in-game with raids, probably. They have right now a very specific set of gear they need though. It's like a lower level set of gear with which has more like dot pulses, but even without that their DPS is pretty viable, especially for like any easier content like lower tier raid stuff. It's definitely viable. It's just to maximize their DPS output. I know they have that specific set, which is kind of annoying, but their DPS is pretty good right now for endgame, and it can be, depending with your specific group composition and how all your people play, can be the highest DPS class, so that is good. I'm not sure specifically which set it is, but that is probably a while away for you and hopefully would not be like a thing. At least for me, I don't think like you should really need an old set for a specific set bonus to be to maximize your DPS at least. But yeah, we're still waiting, I think, for the Hunter to get in. I think I almost looted the chest by accidentally clicking it, which would have been bad. Oh, I have another. I'm getting a lot of level 62 loot. Wow, I didn't realize that. You're still in Angmar at level 55. Well, I'm still in Angmar at like level 47. I feel like I'm high level for Angmar on my Runekeeper. But yeah, I'm going to be doing all of Angmar on my Runekeeper, so I might get to like level 50. I don't know. Pretty sure you said, yeah, 55. I assumed you were in Moria, actually. But yeah, LOTRO is a fun game, I think, to take slow and take your time leveling up, especially with how fun a lot of the questing and zones are, at least to me. Yeah, especially if you do all deeds and everything, that will definitely help you over level. It is good for your virtues and getting virtue. I'm trying to get Valor. I have 0 on that. My virtues in general are bad. Not done too many deeds on this character. A lot of the deeds I have just been like, I haven't really farmed any deeds. They're just what I've done while going through zones. Like Foreshul is one zone I did on this character and part of Lothorian. Look at my deeds. Veils. Oh, Veils of Anton's the new zone. I can't look at that. Lothorian. There it is. So yeah, like, could get Virtue XP. I don't know if I'm close to anything. Orcs and Dimrill Dale. Like, I could farm that one in the Van Uedhall place. That new place I was actually exploring just before we went into Dar Narbugud. Or was about to explore, but we had to go into the raid. But yeah, that's one I could kill 149 orcs fairly easily for some Virtue XP just to see. But Foreshul, I might have some things that are close. You have to kill so many things for some of these deeds, like 200 is why I won't have that. Completed the storyline, so I got that done. If I actually go to like completed, I could have actually chosen where the Virtue XP gone from all of these. There's a lot of Virtue XP, but it went to Virtue. Some of it might have been useful virtues, like I do want Determination, Zeal, but I just really want Valor at this point. For tanking, if I did a lot more tanking, I would actually want more Tolerance, probably. Actually, Fidelity might be better than Tolerance. I would rather Vitality than Resistance rating. Yeah, a lot of things you have to kill for deeds as you get higher level. I guess I can't look at those because I haven't started them, but here's a good one. Just look at Era of the Wind. Wolfslayer Advanced is only 60 compared to, wonder what the Moria, some of this is like Nameless, 200. I think all of these are going to be 200 at this point. Got a lot of these I can actually do in raids like this and instances, so it's good to be able to progress them with that. Wargs, Trolls, Spiders, all those are like close to doing the first one but can't even get Virtue XP. This one's actually 4,000 Virtue XP, so that means it used to reward 2 Virtue rings, and I might be able to complete some of that here in this raid. I don't know how many Nameless we kill, but 65 seems manageable depending on the raid. Some raids it seems like you kill like hundreds of trash mobs to me. Okay, yeah, I've probably been talking a lot here, but nice downtime with the raid. Not really too much to do here. We're just waiting on Hunter to get in. Make sure he can get a chance at the loot here. Oh, actually I have some quests here. Random thing. I just saw this like random quest item and... Oh, did I get this in Dar? Yeah, I guess I did get this in Dar Narbugud. Okay. Oh, fireworks. I feel like I should go out and light those in celebration of this. Let's see, we need to use... Let's see what the dwarf fireworks look like. I want to see what they look like in here. Oh no. I think it shoots them too high. tried to shoot that and then it just like went through the ceiling. It was in celebration of killing the boss. Okay, so they found the hunter, it looks like, and getting him where we need to go. So it sounds like we did the blue boss, and the next one we'll have is the green one, which is another tough one. This one I didn't think was too tough. I mean, it wasn't easy, but we got through it in 2 tries. So relative to what I would consider tough, that is not too bad. And I remember last time in Rift, they said one of the bosses was easy and turned out to be a little bit of a tougher one that took more than 2 tries actually for us. Okay, looting the chest. I will not roll on the Starlit Crystal. Unfortunately, I will roll on, I guess, one of each thing. But yeah. Hey, Jimmy got the Starlit. Wait, what helmet? I wanted to see what the helmet looks like again. I know I'm not a heavy class, but I didn't take too much of a look at it. There it is. Just saw it and hard to get through this stuff. I don't know who got the Elfstone. There it is. Just wanted to look at it. Oh, that's a lot of morale. That could be good for a tank maybe if you don't need anything else. Like looking at Jimmy's helmet. He actually has a similar helmet. His has a little bit less morale. That would actually be better than his, I think. I don't think the incoming healing rating would have that much of an impact. I don't know if he won it. Who won it? I won one of the LI things that I honestly don't care as much about. Looks like I won another one as well. Oh, I need to loot the chest. Make sure I get medallions of Lothorian. Okay. So they're talking about the boss fight real quick. Yes, I do. I have a non-LI weapon. Is it like bleeds? Like all my bleeds? Okay. So, is it like any bleed? Like the spear is only 71 damage, or is that too much still? Okay. My javelin is really bad. I would do better with like a non-LI sword I can equip, so I don't mind doing that. Okay, also the yellow line actually has bleeds that I can't really control as much, they're just passive. Okay, bro. I just thought about that, so apparently we can't do any bleeds or wounds, it sounds like, on this boss. And that basically means we can't do Warden. Yeah, I was just wondering if people had to just exclude Wardens from this fight, because they're so, like, bleed focused here. I'm taking a lot of damage. Yeah, I'm still in tank spec. I feel like something went wrong with my hotbar, but I think it's fine. I feel like I'm turning around this, but I know it probably doesn't work that way. But just whenever I tank anything in a game, I always try to turn the mobs around, and that is why I'm in the back right here and when I did that. Oh, he actually is turning a little bit. Well, maybe not with me. At first it looked like with me when I did that little movement. so I switched to a sword. I see, I'm curious what so resistance wound. What's that? Resistance fire, probably? Okay, so he has a buff. It actually doesn't say what this buff, so I'm gonna ask real quick. I need to clarify what exactly, like which dots or that type of stuff I have to avoid here. I do not know what's going on. I don't mind with that, but I did want to ask, is it anything with like a wound resistance that will heal him? Or is it any dot or specifically like bleeds? So, he's saying what's going on. So he has like a red light and shield up, I think. So, is that just like no damage over time at all? Is that... okay. Okay, so yeah, that's gonna be hard. What do I have that reflects? I'll try and find that. There it is. Okay. Fortunately, I have another bracelet. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, it's going to be really hard for me to not do any dots because basically every skill I has does a dot. But I can try with that. And it might be hard for me to get aggro. So, I don't know if you just want to take this because none of my skills do damage, basically, that aren't dot based. I can switch to the yellow line and just not get whatever bleed type stuff. I can try to fix that real quick and see if I have anything in there that can make it that way. But yeah, it sounds like every single thing that I do would basically go wrong with this fight, so I'm gonna try. Yeah, that has a reflect. But yeah, I think if I switch to yellow, I'd be a little bit more useful at least. Because I think I can hit them. Oh, might as well get that if I'm not going to spend anything else. Actually, I probably won't with that one. We can go with this one, outgoing damage. Might as well get that one, rather. Just gotta make sure. Okay, let me make sure I don't have anything that deals any sort of bleed damage. Any sort of dot damage, rather. And this would be bad with, like, burglars, lore masters. Yeah, this one still does a dot, so I still can't use Warden's Aim. Yeah, that one does nothing. This one, Quick Toss, can actually apply a bleed. It's 5% chance to apply. That kind of sucks because that's a really bad bleed. So yeah, I can use Shield Builder and then everything else will be Mastery. So I'm actually going to... I can't use those two at all during this fight. So this is basically what I have. Uh, I can actually look at the skill panel. This is really weird that I can't do any dot damage here. It's really messing me up. I don't know. Fist gambits. Okay, assailment. So if I get an eye, run out of room. Just want to make sure I don't accidentally use a bleed with like Javelin of Virtue. So I think I'm good with the Javelin of Virtue and Boar's Rush line. The Boar's Rush line will give me a little bit of a debuff. But yeah, I'm gonna have to build that with like these without the actual, these two builders. I can't use them. And I have my regular Javelin skills, which do not apply any dots, so that's why I just feel like it'd be more useful that I am in yellow line here, unfortunately. But I'm not sure, I've never done the fight. Seems like it's pretty extreme with no dot at all. Actually, one of the hunters like immediately has a dot on him. So I am good to do precise throw. I don't know what else I can do. I can go up and nail. Oh no, that does a dot. I don't know what else to do besides what I'm doing right here. It's really bad. So we did it. I want to see what his thing does. Negate 100% and heal 1% morale. So that's on any damage. It doesn't matter how much damage it does. So I see why that's a... But yeah, it's hard for me to do anything here. I think basically if I get to that, I'm using my... Ooh, I don't think ambush can actually do anything to him. But yeah, I got my regular Javelin skills. This is really bad. Oops. Accidentally brought up the LOTRO store. Is he not immune? I guess he's not immune. Okay, we're gonna stop DPS. Somebody have a pet worm? That's really bad. That's just kind of distracting. I thought I was a little mob to kill. Hey Prince Artemis, their game is running so much better. I assume with the 64-bit client you were dropping frames and freezing a lot. I actually had to switch. We're stopping at 2 million, it looks like. But the 64-bit client, I had to stop using that because I was crashing, particularly in the raid here with my kin. I feel like I still could be doing better because the game at Builder is by like no means bad. Well, it actually is kind of bad, but I can still use it basically, and I could, while using, where are we, 200k? Oh, we still need to get him down a couple. Okay, so he has the green above him, I think is, and we can't hit him. So 1.7 is what we're going to get him to. Okay, so now we gotta burn him real quick. That just sounds like this fight. That's how it's gonna be. I can not really get Dark Before Dawn that great. Kind of wouldn't mind using that for power, actually. Well, I got something about him. We're gonna actually go to 165 more. Okay. So we got power there. This fight, it's really evolved, but I'm the only reason that sparked your reasons to play LOTRO again. That's good, because I enjoy LOTRO, and nice to see more people playing. So you saw one of my videos from recommended for you, and you've been following ever since. So that's kind of odd, and that's a good thing to talk about a little bit, I guess, is we still have 7 seconds on his buff that we just sit here AFK, basically, but I've noticed this year, a lot of my like view sources on YouTube have been from actually recommendations, which wasn't really the case before. Even last year it wasn't as much. So yeah, that's kind of interesting as well. So we're good to damage. Don't know what health threshold we're going to right now. Okay, we're slowing our DPS, and then we are stopping our DPS. Spite isn't too bad, it's just kind of slow because you gotta stop your DPS for 30 seconds and sit here AFK. If you get an eye above your head, you run away. So he's going to make a speech apparently. Okay, got the eye. And actually ran to the right spot, so we gotta DPS him. My skill bar is set up really bad, not just for this fight in particular, but I have some odd things going on with it. Ooh, I have whatever thing I can spam. That's actually really good right now. I don't think I've had that pop up yet. Oh, I don't have enough power though. We're stopping DPS. I'm going to use a power potion. Actually, I have better power potions. I haven't played Yellow Line, I guess, in a long time. I didn't have it set up, and then I had to set it up again for something. We were doing something where I needed to actually be ranged DPS because melee was like reflect. One of the Moria instances. Okay, now we go down to 800,000. But I'd like to try and get... Oh, actually I did get Dark before Dawn with that. Oh, I can spam some stuff now. Would really like to get as much Dark before Dawn because there's not much better game that I can actually do all too much. Okay, we're off DPS. But yeah, I can go ahead and build up Dark before Dawn during this. We just healed him a bit. Somebody was hitting him, I think. But yeah, the spite isn't too bad while we can hit him. That just seems to be kind of the problem. I'm gonna go to 600k. Targeting. Okay, so you do want this game to be more challenging. Even on Captain level 38, mobs aren't challenging at all. Yeah, that's just kind of how LOTRO is nowadays. It's not super challenging. It does get a little bit at higher level. You might experience some more challenging things in it, but overall it's not the most challenging game. Especially landscape content. You might find like some fellowship quests that are actually, might be a bit fun. Because... but because, what was I saying? Yeah, the fellowship quests, because they're intended for like group people, you might find some quests like that that are intended for like 3 or 6 people. So those are a bit more challenging. It might be a bit more fun that way. Okay, we're going to 200k. I'm actually, when I can get the masteries to have no cooldown at all. Okay, so it sounds like on this very last part they're going to do Oathbreakers and we're going to try to get them down all the way. Somebody's hitting. People are hitting him. He went up to 299k there. Oh no. Somebody, I think somebody with the eye just wiped us all. Unfortunately. Well, we were really close with that. Then somebody with the eye, I think, hit us real quick. But yeah, that was a fight. I think being in Yellow Line, unfortunately, is the best option. Although I could use a little bit more stuff easily-ish on the I probably didn't need to retreat there. Yeah, somebody got stuck with the eye. They said it like right after they just realized it was too late, and then we got hit. But it kind of was unfortunate because we were keeping up really well with that. And then suddenly just one person missed that, and it kind of wiped us all. I believe we are in the green. I don't remember which one we went through. I'll follow. Somebody else is here, so I'll just follow them. Okay, I'll follow this person. Looks like we're in the right area, so good. You love the Dar Narbugud armor? So one... Whoa. Yeah, I'm not sure the Dar Narbugud armor. I'm not too familiar with it. This is my first time running this. I guess as the stream title says. But I'm not too familiar with the armor. I actually have to look. I think there is a barterer in Lothlorien apparently that you can barter for that. I don't remember seeing anything like that, so I gotta try and find it. But the acronym DN for some reason always makes me think of Dol Dinen, even though that's like D for the second word. I always thought of it as like Dol Ninen, which is weird. But I always wondered, like when I was new and doing like Dol Dinen content, why people abbreviated it DN, because I thought they meant that, and apparently that was not the case. So whenever I just see that, it makes me think of Dol Dinen because of that. I really don't like feeling basically useless this fight, but because we have to like pause with the DPS and it's more of a mechanics fight, it's not the worst thing. I was just really worried that I'd be doing nothing this whole fight, but I do not think that's the case. See, being able to use quick thrust would be really nice. So in a way, I feel like switching to melee, but in the yellow line would be okay. Because I think if I'm in the red line, that has a chance to apply a bleed. Maybe not, but since we're about ready to go, I think I can play in... Actually, I have a lot of bleeds. I'm gonna be careful. I'm gonna go back to range. I'd rather be safe at this point before double checking everything over. You spent $60 just to make your captain to look good. Yeah, a lot of people like cosmetics. I'm not the biggest like cosmetic type person. But on that note, in Rise of Isengard, apparently the Dragok armor, I want to say, there's just some armor vendor in Galtrev that that armor looked really neat to me. I did not know that it existed there. Or maybe I did and just like completely forgot about it actually. But yeah, I was just there on my morning and I remember seeing that looked pretty neat. But on the topic of if I look good, I play good. Yeah, I know a lot of people like cosmetics. But I just personally don't. Especially, I don't like, I guess, to spend money on them as much. I understand people that do. So we'll give him a minute. So we're good to start with DPS, so that's always nice. I think the very first, like, part of this, whenever he goes immune, that scares me. Because I think he does that a couple times. Oh, apparently I can use some gambits. Whenever I get, I don't know what that's called, I forget what it's called when your masteries have no cooldown. That's just really nice. And that's probably when I can do the maximum DPS. Apparently it's specific morale points that he does the green thing. So they're able to call it out a little bit before he hits it, and we go to like specific health threshold before we like start to stop our DPS. So it also gives us a minute if we need to hit him a couple more times. Guess we'll do onslaught, not the biggest thing. Even getting like precise throw, just a little bit of debuff feels a little bit helpful. Conviction. And Dark Before Dawn is good just because it restores power and is something really easy to just keep hitting with Battle Memory. Well, I do have Rapid Fire or whatever that thing is called. Guess we're good to just keep DPSing some more. Definitely don't want to go yellow with that Fellowship Maneuver. Yeah, that was kind of weird that Minstrel, I think, ran out of line of sight. I can't tell exactly from here if that was out of line of sight. It looks like he might be. Did I just... I might have just accidentally attacked him. I must have been paying attention, to be honest. I saw a green thing on him, but for some reason I thought I saw other people attacking. I don't know what happened there. I think the hunter started shooting. I don't know if that made me shoot, but I also did shoot there with my javelin. I don't know what happened with everybody taking damage there. But whenever you hit him, because he restores 1% morale, it doesn't matter how strong you hit him. I don't know. That was kind of weird because I wasn't focusing too much on really anything. I was talking about the Minstrel with the eye, which was kind of weird. I don't know if where they were tanking him just a little too much where he couldn't get out of line of sight. Yeah, we didn't quite all wipe there, but a lot of us took a lot of damage and we were able to just run out and reset him. But yeah, it sounds like we're good to move up. Yeah, so I was looking back at my stream and I was just like randomly hitting him a little bit, it looks like, with his green thing, and then that's when I realized and I stopped. I don't know why I did that when that happened, but then something happened where he did a lot of damage to somebody. I think it might have been an eye again, but there was some weird issue with that. I don't know if people, where he was staying, it looked like the Minstrel would be out of line of sight, but they were just really close to the corner. It might have been too close. Okay. And he does call you out when you get the eye, so you know. That's why I was able to pay attention the first time when we got him down to 200k. Did not have aggro there briefly, but we got it again. I think we go about to 2.4k on this. Okay, we're actually going to 2.5. Gonna do this Fellowship Maneuver and then stop our DPS. Yep, and there's his green shield, so we're going to not damage here. I need to get some, what are those things called? Well, we'll just use a power push. I have plenty of those, but some Dark Before Dawns in rotation. That one only lasted 15 seconds. I thought they usually lasted 30 seconds. But yeah, now we go down to 2 million. This seems like more of an annoying boss than a tough one. I'm just kind of experimenting here a little bit with some of those gambits. Well, I had whatever rapid fire. Actually, that might be called Seize the Moment. I just saw Seize the Moment as a buff on me. You got the eye. There we go. That worked that time. I didn't even like. I just went to where I went last time, so I don't know what was wrong with the minstrel eye. The eye didn't clear. Yeah, I saw he didn't have the green shield, so I started attacking him, and then he had it. That time I actually, oh no, I accidentally pressed a button. There we go. Where are we attacking? Okay. I noticed I accidentally attacked him like a couple of seconds too early. I accidentally just pressed 4 on my keybar. But then we went like a couple seconds weirdly without attacking him. I feel like the more we go into a fight like this, the more issues I will have. Just because... oh, me again. I don't know, just long raid fights and long time spinning raids. They're not the best. We're going down to 1.3. Some Dark Before Dawns. Actually, Dark Before Dawn used to be like a strong one, but then they did the whole rework. I know the Fist Spear ones are actually strong now, kind of like Redline. They're strong in a different way, they're not really dot based, but... so we do Fellowship Maneuver, and then we're actually doing really good with the Fellowship Maneuvers. I'm getting auto attack. Good thing he didn't have that green thing. We actually need to do a little bit of a damage, but the auto attack can get really annoying with that. I had one eye finally in the first fight, and then none in the second now. Getting a lot in the third here. There we go. So we go down to 1 million this time. Oh no, this has a chance to do a dot. I want to do that one. Let's go Javelin of Virtue. No, Javelin of Virtue is like the strongest in general for damage, so if I can do that one, might as well. I don't know why somebody keeps going green. Oh, some other Mel. They called out Mel for the eye. I was like, I don't think I have an eye. I feel like that DPS was delayed, but I wasn't paying too much attention exactly to when that went off. So we're going down to 7k, it looks like this time. 6.5. That's what we did last time, 6.5 when he said 7. I think that's what we're doing now. I know last time we got to like 200k, and then they were talking about something with like getting ready to DPS, so then everybody just DPS'd. And then we had the eye wipe, which was unrelated, even though he did heal some morale. Oh, actually, I have this thing. What's up? Auto attack. The auto attack stopping auto attack in this game sometimes doesn't work too smoothly. Like, usually targeting yourself will do that because you cannot harm yourself, as it says, but then I still auto attacked him when I just pressed escape. Well, I should have a good burst damage phase, don't know how helpful it'll be. Oh, so we are doing this. Might as well put Never Surrender up. Didn't realize I didn't have it up this whole time. So we're going down to 1 fee this time. Somebody keeps going green in the fellowship maneuvers, and that's really weird. I tried to get red there. I'm pretty sure I clicked it. Might have done it too late, but I thought it was while I was up. That was very delayed. I was like, I saw his thing go off, but I didn't want to attack just in case because there was another time we didn't do that. But we got it that time. Our 2.5 try. I would consider the second try like half a try. We had a little bit of a buggy thing with the minstrel not being able to remove the eye. Okay, we could get some nice light armor. Unfortunately, no medium armor. There have been a lot of light, and there are a lot of light and heavy classes. We've had like 1 heavy and I think 2 light pieces drop so far. We have a lot of light armor people and a lot of heavy armor. What do we have? I guess we have 4 medium armor and 3. So I am good to re-equip my gear. Guess that was the wrong one. Which one do I need to replace? This one. Oh, I just realized it's like 9:50. Now I realize why I'm getting so tired. Yeah, I can switch back to tank spec. That was an annoying fight as a warden. It was in general an annoying fight rather than a difficult one. But yeah, we did it, and did it in 3rd try, so not too bad. But it was kind of difficult because of the annoying part of it, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. So I am going back to tanking. We can play some normal warden, not no dot at all warden. That is the weirdest thing because like everything does a dot almost, and even in the yellow line, if I go yellow line and go ranged, I can't use my spear builder or my fist builder. And even with that, a lot of their skills are direct damage based, but then we have like barbed javelins for bleeds, which is a pretty significant part of the damage actually. Okay, so I think we are good to go here. I'm up to 17.5k morale. I don't remember having that much like before that fight. I still have my food buff, so it wasn't too long ago. The only thing I've done is put a starlight crystal in. I think I'm disarmed right now. I see a lot of the ground effects, but they're all like the War Masters. So I'm like thinking I need to get out of them, but I do not. I need to keep them mobs in them actually. Wonder what the champions would play. They'd probably actually have to go to yellow line, because red line has a lot of stuff. Whenever you crit, it gets a dot, and that would be much better in general on that. I think we're good to go. This is one of those big fumerals, which I will avoid. Looks like it's activated, so we gotta kill that. I think it does a lot of damage if we don't probably kill these real quick. Okay, we got this group pull. I want to make sure I can get aggro on everything. And be able to, I can hit everything. Okay, I think I grabbed every mob around here. Actually, I want to use my morale taps a little bit. There are so many mobs actually I get a chance to use them. It's kind of nice. Probably go ahead and weave in one more exaltation of battle, use a power potion. And just have a slight freeze there. I guess it was more of a hitch. That's probably something. This is an area I feel like the 64-bit client would help. Except the 64-bit client seems to crash and when busy things are going on with group content. I don't know, it could have been a DirectX issue because that's not really the type of crashing I guess I would have with DirectX 11 on the 32-bit, but it is. I mean, that's just the only time I really would crash with LOTRO. I wonder how I'm doing on the deeds. I guess I would know if I look at my virtue and I have some ranks on valor. It means I've completed something. But I was looking at like Slayer deeds, and I think these would count as Moria. I assume we're killing Glob's Naga, but yeah, Nameless, we've gotten some good progress. Okay, so what was this fight? Okay, I thought you didn't say there was much. Okay, that sounds fun after the last one. So this guy is a pretty ugly orc, if I'm going to be honest. Like, orcs aren't the prettiest to begin with, but this one's a special kind of ugly for orcs, I guess. Oh, I almost feel like I could be in DPS spec right now. I didn't really need to go through my whole bleed chain, but it's just like Mighty Blow and Unerring Strike are the strong ones, and Moonlight, these ones. He's immune and absorbing something. I don't know what it is. Increased threat from damage on any damage, negate 200 damage, immune to Lore Master's Power of Knowledge, immune to Fellowship. That's some very specific things for his blue stance. I don't even know what, but there's so many debuffs going on. I know you can show only your character's debuffs, but I like seeing everything going on the enemy. If it like ever become really impactful, I can do something about that, but I like seeing all those rows of debuffs, everything that everybody's doing. Oh, I got something. I got it to level 4 from 4,000. I think it's 1,000 a level. But yeah, we completed Nameless Slayer. That's exciting. My first deed completed since the Virtue revamp. That was like so long ago, and I guess it was only like 3 days ago. Update 24 on Tuesday, which is still so weird that it was Tuesday. Yeah, he was much easier than the other 2 bosses even. Oh yeah, I actually found an emote that gives a thumbs up, which we saw it in a video. It is not good. It is a bad necklace. I think the captain got it. One of the captains, you know. I think he actually like he really wanted it. Oh, he already equipped it. I don't know what he had before, but that's not really great. Evade rating Vadering's not great. Like, the vitality from it isn't too bad, and main stat might isn't going to be all that great either. There we go. Wonder if I got to any of those. He had gold. Yeah, the one he got is probably better than that though. Oh, but I was trying to see if I looted one of those things. I think they'd be in my barter here. Need 4 more emblems of Nimrodel, but I'm not sure if I really need those if I can turn my Lothorian things into anything. So we get medals of Lothorian. Hey, Bellin Voice Studio. But I'm trying to see what dropped with like the gym or whatever it's called. I think that would go in my barter wallet here, or my wallet, which has my barter stuff, but I don't know if I've looted one, and I don't think I have, and I'm not seeing anything here that looks like it. Okay, so that sounds like all we are doing today. And we're going to, I guess, continue this on Sunday, the Kinwill. I'm not sure if I will. Okay, thanks everyone. I had fun tanking on that. That was interesting tanking that for my first time through. That last boss, the one before this one, was a little bit rough, particularly with... Before everyone leaves, could anyone point me to where that barter vendor is with the Dar Narbugud gear that y'all were talking about? Like, okay. Okay, because I went in Karis Galadan and I thought I searched everything and don't remember seeing anything like that. I assume that's where it is, right? Okay, I'm pretty sure I searched there, but the guardian here, he's going to direct me where I need to go. Okay, yeah, I thought I talked to everybody. Maybe I did see it and just completely forgot, but... so talk to the warden trainer. I feel like I'm going the slow way up. I thought there were like those step ladder type things you could go to and just right click and teleport up, but this is okay. You gotta be careful to not fall. They have it really thin here. It's what Moria goats are for traveling up mountain like structures. There we go. Oh, maybe I gotta take that one. Let's see, where? Here is the warden trainer. So if I do barter, not train. Not training skills, barter. There we go. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, now I remember seeing these. I think because for the warden, they don't really look that good. That's why I didn't pay too much attention for them. Like, this one has morale, so it wouldn't be too bad for tanking compared to what I have. It's only 343 morale, though. And that's like, that one has crit defense, so it would be better for tanking, I suppose. Although I like physical mastery. I do want muster and Lothorian. Yeah, I'm curious what the other classes, I didn't look at the other classes too much, if they're more useful for other characters. But yeah, just looking at some of these compared to, and particularly the ones we get from the Greater Elfstones, those ones I think are going to be really bad. Even like this one, it has a lot of agility, so maybe back in the day agility was good, but now that main stats are way less useful, that is much worse I think than what I have, because I'd lose tactical mitigation, I would lose vitality, and I'd actually lose enough vitality that I wouldn't get much more morale, if any, on the tail piece. And I would get agility again and some armor, but don't really care too much about the armor at this point. But yeah, you say the jewelry piece was better. That jewelry piece? Oh, the one that dropped the necklace? What is my necklace? Oh, my necklace is a pretty offensive one. It's Bosie's necklace. That could be from pre-Moria even. I don't know. Maybe it is from Moria. Actually, Bosie. What? Hold on. Okay, barter items. There we go. I was looking at the... So I'm thinking these 3 pieces of the javelin. There's like critical defense and then the increased morale from the pants. Both of these would be... Curious what these look like, but... Both of these would be, I think, better for tank, as much as I'd hate to lose the physical mastery even in tank spec. But just for running like stuff like Dar Narbugud, would probably be a little bit better. But I just hate doing that, so I will wait on that. Curious, here's barter exchange trader. So I could turn the Medallions of Moria into Medallion of Lothorian, and with the Medallions of Lothorian I can get actually useful things. Like the Scrolls of Empowerment, actually, and Scroll of Delving. Probably get the Scroll of Delving first. Do I need more reputation? Don't have the correct... What? Items? I have 29 out of 50. For some reason I was reading that as 50 out of 29, but... totally read that backwards. But yeah, I think turning my Medallions of Moria into Medallions... Oh, it takes 10 of those, though? Wow, that's actually a lot. I still think it's worth it, because I have nothing else to spend Medallions of Moria on. But yeah, I don't think that's worth it to get the Scroll of Delving, but I don't know what else I would get. That's a lot of heritage, but I feel kind of meh about that. So we'll just save those. We'll save everything we have. We'll probably never end up spending it, actually. Can I talk to other classes? Yeah, I can't talk to other class trainers. I was going to look at what pieces of gear they had. Maybe see if they looked a little bit better. Okay, yeah, I think that's all I got to do here, just kind of running around. As usual, it seems like with the end of rain time I'm getting kind of tired, which is basically how it should be because it's nighttime and it's bedtime for me. But yeah, there's really nothing else, I guess, with the gear for me to look at. I did get the Starlight Crystal and got increased DPS on my weapon, but it still actually needs level on that, so I have a ton of heritage runes to level. I think I can go ahead and just apply one to my spear. Wow. That did basically nothing, actually. Okay. Maybe we actually will work a bit on leveling and deconstructing these, then just let this first stage build up naturally. Because I spent one of the big ones like 200k and that barely leveled up. But yeah, I thought that could just boost me a little bit. There's not too much with the legacies I really want. Okay, I am going to head out of the Discord. I was still in the Discord. They're actually running Fornos, but yeah, that I suppose will be it for this stream. Dar Narbugud, to talk about that a little bit. Not to sit on that. That was interesting. The second to last fight was a little bit annoying in a way. It wasn't like a bad fight, I don't want to say, but it was just kind of annoying more than it was straight up difficult, because they said it was difficult. It was like one of the harder ones, but I think because it was annoying, it was harder. So I'm not too sure on that fight what I completely think of it, but really like Lothorian with the bloom running without any of the UI. It's pretty nice, but yeah, the other fights were fine. The last boss was really easy. Some of the gear, the actual gear drops don't look too bad if they actually had like medium armor versions that were similar. The gear sets, probably making people dizzy running in circles, I don't know, but the gear sets don't seem that good for my class trainer. But yeah, not too worried about gear in general on this character. There's not too much to do up here. We need to go back down. I was hoping it'd be kind of a decent view up there, but not too much going on with that. I just feel like with screenshots, I really like the bloomy ones like this for screenshots because they work out really good for thumbnails actually, and I always happen to think about that because I gotta make those for my YouTube videos. But yeah, we can look up here. But I feel like I'm rambling on and trying to get back to Dar Narbugud. Don't remember. Oh yeah, the first boss with the trolls, that one was pretty neat as well. That was a actually interesting boss fight. That one was pretty fun. Not much up here as well. We're just gonna run around, make people dizzy. And then the second boss fight was also pretty neat. So yeah, the boss fights are pretty good. The trash fights, there aren't many of them, and they're pretty short, so that's good. So far the raid is pretty good. It's not the prettiest raid. And it's got some really gross, ugly orcs in it, and other things, Globsnaga and the Nameless, those type of people. And that reminds me, I actually got Valor up to 215 physical mastery from where it was to level 4, so that's nice. And got some Virtue XP on that. Still need 1000 for the next rank, so it's just like a flat 4 levels for that. But anyway, I think it's good to go ahead and wrap this up and stop just rambling on. So I hope you all did enjoy this stream. Again, I had fun overall in Dar Narbugud, especially tanking for my first time. That was pretty fun. But if you all did enjoy, please consider liking and subscribing for more. And thanks for watching and joining, everyone. And thanks again to Jared for the $20 super chat.